is up, everyone? What is up? What is up? We're having a little surprise stream today. Off schedule. Yeah. Normally I do Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, but I got things going on tomorrow, so just in case, we're gonna do this. As well as, there's some more cyber news, and I need to look for some new music for my streams and, my YouTube videos. Because, well, there was, I was looking at the licensing of some of the songs that I've purchased in the past, and it was kind of iffy and wasn't really straightforward. So to avoid copyright and all those kind of things, it's not an issue of like, oh, these are, you know, the songs I've taken. I paid for the rights and licensing for them, but I wanted to double check the licensing. So seeing as my YouTube is actually growing faster than I expected, what's up, Kara? What's up, Chris? I wanted to actually go about something. So I got a new service. I'm not affiliated in any way, shape, or form with this. It's called Upbeat. You may have heard of like Epidemic Sounds and things like that. Epidemic is kind of expensive. So I got this service here. Is the news about the Linux kernel? There's always news about the Linux kernel. Was there anything specific? I do know that Microsoft is looking at locking down the Windows kernel for security reasons, which is actually going to be a good thing for Linux gaming, because here's the thing, and I'm going to have an entire YouTube video where I go deep into this subject, because it warrants its own video. But basically, as you know, I have never been a fan of kernel-level anti-cheat. There are issues with it. In fact, the issues are basically, well, as you've kind of figured out, it allows a low level on the system. Now, everyone that doesn't know much about cybersecurity and is only focused on the short term of, we got to stop cheaters, doesn't understand how deep the rabbit hole is of issues with kernel-level anti-cheat. So, put it this way. And we're going to go deeper into this on the YouTube that I'm going to draft up for this, but I need to go get music and everything for that. You know the CrowdStrike incident that happened? That happened due to CrowdStrike having kernel-level access. Now you have studios, like EA and such, that want to get the same level kernel access, and they're not going to be as good at developing security-related software that hooks into the kernel as security companies are, and security companies make issues. Microsoft wants to patch that hole. I'm going to be talking about direct memory access cheats that are going on and things like that to show how deep this goes and that you're never really going to be able to stop kernel-level anti-cheaters. So the best thing to do is focus on server side, like I've been talking about. And if you think this is just hooey that I'm spewing on you, when I was taking my CISSP exam, they literally talk about, not kernel-level anti-cheat so much in this, but they talk about how client-side validation can be easily overridden and tampered with, that you're always going to need a server-side validation. And like I've been saying, developers are going to have to do proper server-side validation. Because you can't really fool the server that you don't have control of, but you're already seeing gamers, unfortunately, use the systems that they, let me put it this way. You can take a little computer like this, okay? Plug it in with a card that can read into the computer here. Disguise itself as a Wi-Fi Wi-Fi, words, a wireless network card, that's the word I was looking for, using some firmware. Now, with wireless devices, of course, it's going to have to hook into the system bus and everything, and it has access to the memory through direct memory access. So, yeah, this is what we're talking about. And I'm going to be talking further about this in an upcoming YouTube video, which is why I'm on the stream earlier, because we want to, My friend installed Valorant and keeps having issues. I'm sure it might be hardware. At the same time, I feel it's anti-cheat. It's the anti-cheat. I can guarantee you. No, not guarantee you. But for the most part, I will be 99% confident in the fact that it's not your hardware that's having issues. It's the anti-cheat. Because I know a lot of people that said the same thing. So the solution is don't install trash games like Valorant. Support developers that do anti-cheat properly. Server-side anti-cheat is the way. And not only that, here's the unintended consequence. By limiting the amount of kernel-level access on Windows, this paves the way for Linux gaming success. Because that was one of the main things, besides DirectX scripting, whole other issue we'll get into, but that's being tackled. That was causing issues for a lot of gaming on Linux. Unless the developers may check the box to get it working. Yeah, it's the anti-cheat that's causing it. Server-side anti-cheat isn't perfect either. Didn't say it was. But you're not going to ever solve the problem with kernel-level anti-cheat. And like I said a couple of years ago when I had that TikTok video where I talked about this and many people were hating on me and it went viral. You're opening a can of worms that should have never been opened. That's the issue with kernel-level anti-cheat. I'm not saying it's a perfect solution. We don't live in a perfect world. So the fact that we don't live in a perfect world tells you we're never going to have a perfect solution. So as long as we accept the fact that you're never going to have a perfect solution, you have to understand, you have to look at the risks that are associated with your solutions. And that's the problem is, a lot of the game developers aren't security people, so they never thought of the risks and the cans of worms that they were opening with these problems. Israel did it again. This time it was their two-way radios. Yeah, I heard about that. So, okay, let's put all the politics aside here. Let's look strictly at what's going on here. Why would Israel be going after this? Think about this in the context of war and a cyber attack. Think about this. Let's remove Israel from the title and let's just call it ChiefGyk3D. Okay? Why would ChiefGyk3D do this? They already couldn't trust cell phones. Now they can't trust pagers. Now they can't even trust two-way radios. They're trying to cripple the communication networks. And I hate to say it this way. That's pretty much what strategically you do in any single war, is you try to dismantle the communication infrastructure of the enemy. So that way, they can't organize and collaborate and corroborate all the information going on. So all politics aside, it's war. I'm not taking any favoritism here. I'm just looking strategically and at the entire scope of why they would do it. And if you think the U.S. hasn't done shit like that, the U.S. has done the same. There were many similar situations like this back in World War II. They would bomb the communication centers to dismantle the Axis powers, and Axis would, go after the Ally powers, communication infrastructures. In World War I, people would constantly try to go out to repair the lines, and they would get shot. I can save money now, one can eat. Getting money in the daytime, even kinda when I sleep. Wake up to getting bread, bitch, I do this for the streets. ADHD. Thank you for that sub there, ya boy Jersh. I hope I said that right. But it's the unfortunate reality, as I was saying, war is hell. War is absolute hell. And there are going to be a lot of decisions made, whether you agree with whoever's on which side, that they're going to do things that can be unsavory. I don't care if you look at the Korean War, the Vietnamese War, the, any single war, going after communications is a strategic move of military. But yeah, I did hear Israel went after the two-way radios and the pagers. And this is after also many years of going after cell phones. For those of you that don't know, they did blow up people with cell phones. Are there any DEF CON equivalents in the UK? I think you have B-sides out in the UK. B-sides are like local little conferences where you can go meet up and talk to people that are in cybersecurity and everything. They vary in size. Like the biggest one is in Las Vegas, the same week that happens as DEF CON. I know there's one that's happening local to me this week. Probably going to be there. You do want to get your tickets way in advance because these are much smaller events, and usually the venues don't have a limited amount of seating. So you can go Google B-sides UK. Let's see, do you have any? Security B-sides London 2024. You got one in December. Samsung took notes ahead of time. Yep. Yeah, you got one at Novotel. Let me blah blah blah. I'll get this pulled up for you. I found a DEF CON in my state's largest city. Yeah, there's also local DEF CON groups. So you have a B-sides in London. This is a great event to go to. I would see. Let me see. Tickets should be open for this. Okay, so I don't think they've fully announced it. Keep an eye on this. Normally, B-sides gets their tickets open 2 to 3 months in advance, and then you have to buy your ticket. Do it as soon as possible. Usually, these are inexpensive. Like the one local to me was $100, including the Microsoft 365 training. The B-sides in Vegas was only $100. So they tend to be pretty inexpensive events compared to the main DEF CON event. Now, the other one that you can also have is, I'm going to GyKCon in Michigan next week. Nice! I wanted to go to GyKCon so bad, but I have pretty much used a lot of my PTO and work wasn't going to send me, and I spent a lot of money going to DEF CON as it was, so enjoy. Send me pics. Put them in the Discord. And thank you for the follow, Cold Farron. You can also look for local DEF CON groups. Let's see. Does UK have any? DC 4420, London, UK. So you can check them out. They have a website. Most of these do. I haven't updated in a minute. Don't know if that's a good thing. But yeah, look up your local DEF CON groups. There's local DEF CON meetups and all that. Though DEF CON, from my experience, tends to be more focused in the US. Thank you for the follow, Harmony. B-sides definitely has international chapters. Check them out. B-sides is worth it. Local lock-picking groups and stuff like that are definitely a place to connect with security professionals. Yeah, totally worth it. I'm trying to see if my, I want to see if my, YouTube fix is working. Hey! Yay! I figured out. Okay, so we got the multi-chat working for, Twitch, TikTok, and YouTube now. Nice. So I can see all 3 platforms. I figured out how to get that working. I did have to use... So the standalone app doesn't work for YouTube. But it does work if you run the extension inside of a Chrome-based browser. So I installed Chromium and ran that. So, yeah, I'm going to have a YouTube video talking about this kind of stuff later on. Boom. Check it. I can see all your chats in one window. Woo! Opinion on Volatility 3 for forensics. I have not used that. I don't, unfortunately, I haven't touched forensics in a minute. Chromium and not Edge. You expect me to put Chromium. I mean, you expect me to put Edge and sully my Linux computer? Speaking of which, why are all Microsoft employees never relaxed? If you saw my YouTube video, you'll know the joke. It's because they're always on Edge. Edge is based in Chromium, and it's also run with extra Microsoft telemetry, so it's just Chromium with extra steps. So just install Chromium, and then get rid of the Microsoft stuff. You hear dad jokes all day. Do you want to hear a TCP joke? Okay, I gotta find, I can't remember the full script for that. Best certifications for comp sci majors. The honest truth, you're talking to someone that only just got their first cert after being in the field for 10 years. And I don't have a college degree for this either. TCP joke is a networking joke, so TCP is a protocol. Fine, I will read this for you. Hi, I'd like to hear a TCP joke. Hello, would you like to hear a TCP joke? Yes, I'd like to hear a TCP joke. Okay, I'll tell you a TCP joke. Okay, I will hear a TCP joke. Are you ready to hear a TCP joke? Yes, I am ready to hear a TCP joke. Okay, I'm about to send the TCP joke. It will last 10 seconds. It has 2 characters. It does not have a setting. It ends with a punchline. Okay, I am ready to get your TCP joke that will last 10 seconds, has 2 characters, does not have an explicit setting, and ends with a punchline. I'm sorry, your connection is timed out. Hello, would you like to hear a TCP joke? If you're in networking, that's funny. You know, I'd tell you a UDP joke, but I'm not sure you would get it. There you go, UDP. Abby, got you your UDP joke before you even asked it. My professor said the UDP one last week, yeah. So, this is some networking knowledge for you. That is basically how a TCP packet works. So, you have, the 3 stages of the TCP connection. SYN, SYNAC, and ACK. So basically, you have one connection, starting the connection, another one to send an acknowledgement of that you've received the connection, then you have the connection. I mean, let's bounce back. Well, there's several stages to it. So, hold on. TCP packet. And they actually go through this, if I can find... Here we go. Whoop. I add my own sound effects. Alright. Let's get this enlarged over... No. Okay. Well, we can grab this from the YouTube video. Or can I just grab the actual... There we go. There we go. So, request segment, reply segment, pure acknowledgement. It's a 3-way handshake. That's what you have to do just to establish it. So, this is where it gets, you know, the fun parts with networking. Give me the rundown of 3-way. Yes, it's a menage a trois of handshakes to make sure that you have established the connection. Yeah, this is the stock GNOME setup for Pop OS. But one thing that I've also been wanting to do today Had much opportunity since you got your CISSP? So I haven't officially got the CISSP yet. I have only finished the test, just finished getting all the paperwork together to prove my 5 years of experience. Then I've submitted it earlier this week, so it's going to take a few weeks for them to approve me, or ask for more information, possibly. And then, I'll officially have my CISSP. But I'm already in a good job. My job paid for my CISSP. So, at most, what I'm probably going to do is, come end of the year, I'm going to go to my boss and basically go. And I'm going to tell him that I need more. What is this? This is my ADHD rants with tech, cybersecurity, gaming on Linux, and just whatever I feel like with this ADHD rabbit hole. I'm possibly looking into getting a Terraform cert. Nice! Terraform's fun to play with. Why do we call it sharp when it's pound? Because in music, that is how you actually denote a sharp note. So that's why, C sharp. Get it? Like the musical note? Are you forklift certified? No. I could say some jokes, but we're not going to. Actually, it's an octothorpe. Oh, the kiosk thing. Okay, yeah, so let's talk about this, and then we'll get into the, we'll get into picking some music for the streams and all that. I've got some that I picked. So, over in the Discord channel, which, by the way, if you're not join my Discord or anything, join the Discord. The links are in the bio, or you can go to discord.chiefgyk3d.com, because I 302'd that. You can do fun things with the TLDs when you actually know what you're doing. Yeah, you know me just well enough to know what I was probably thinking of saying. So we have a couple of stories here, thanks to HBX over in the Discord. Thank you for the follow, Snots. I hope that's right. SN4TZ. I don't want to say it's Snots. Alright, so this is the thing you were talking about that we were discussing in Discord shortly before the stream. So hackers are tapping a new technique to trick Chrome users into giving up their passwords. The new attack, which is used along with information-stealing malware, forces a victim's browser into kiosk mode and disables common escape keys. So what kiosk mode is basically when you go to a lot of these, like, web, a lot of these kiosks that you go into, a lot of these, companies and, you know, stores and stuff like that, it's really just a web browser connected to a little, like, slideshow and things like that. So, what kiosk mode is imagine you have all of this, all right? And you just force it into, not that, full screen. So imagine you just log in and you're like that. But instead of being able to press F11, it's stuck there. And not only that, you can't escape it as easily. Yeah, like your POS stuff, basically. POS is not always with a web UI, but the concept is there. Like, it's hard to trick Chrome users. It's really not. So the interesting thing is, this deviates from the scare tactics that a lot of other systems have gone down the route of doing. Oh. Yeah, it probably helps if I show my camera. I keep flipping away. Alright, so, imagine you have your screen over here. You hit F11 on your browser. This is pretty much a universal key for almost every browser. And then you can basically have a borderless experience. So imagine you just have this. And imagine you couldn't be able to escape it. So like you see, I put my mouse at the top, and I can get that. Now imagine this mouse could not pop up, could the head... This part of the browser, sorry, words are escaping me, it's late in the day. This part would not pop up. You'd just be stuck in this view here. Your mouse couldn't escape. The header, there you go. Is it the header? We'll just call it the HUD, whatever. Imagine you were stuck there, and you couldn't press F11 to escape. That's kiosk mode. And the way you can do it is by running a flag. 1 second. How do I do kiosk mode in Linux? Brave kiosk mode. Okay. 1 second. Start Brave in full screen. Basically, there's a way you can do it just by triggering it. Oh, there we go. All right. So imagine you just make a shortcut here. Oh, yeah. I have it in a flat pack. Would be kiosk. Would be kiosk. Oh no, it's in the org. Calm Brave browser. Okay. That's only because I have it sandboxed. Oh, of course. You decide to do it over here. See, it opens in this this window over here, so I can't really show you. But basically, all you do, it's doing it fine over, but I wish I could show you, but I'm not moving the monitor over because it's literally, I'd have to remap some stuff. But anyway, you just have to put -- kiosk. So imagine on your shortcut in Windows, all you did is you had some malware go in and rewrite the shortcut to like put -- kiosk or whatever. Yeah. That's all you would have to do. So what they're trying to do now is basically annoy you. And the way they do this is hackers are using a new attack technique alongside information stealing malware to force victims into coughing up their Google account password. So, okay, yeah, it bypasses those keys, blah, 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 blah. The tactic annoys the victim into entering their credentials in an attempt to close the window, the researchers wrote. Once the credentials are entered, they are stored in the browser's credential store on disk and can be stolen using stealer malware, which is deployed along with the credential flusher. So they annoy you by basically giving you the full screen, and then you have to enter your password. Yeah. That requires you to click on the shortcut. I'll use the thing in my taskbar. Or they could just launch it with kiosk mode, and then you'll have to interact with it. I mean, there's, of course, ways around it, but the average person's not going to figure out. Alt F4, potentially. Gonna sit in chat, struggling to sleep, got a lot going on. This helps me escape it. Well, I hope things get better for you, and you get to go relax and stuff. Because I know I had a lot going on before I had my CISSP test go on, so I can relate to that. They can just wait for Google to get hacked. I wouldn't say Google will never get hacked, but I will say the likelihood of that happening is extremely low. You will see services of Google get hacked, but I doubt that they're ever going to get deep into it. Like Microsoft, yes, they've had some services compromised, but they've never really had an extremely deep compromise that's like been debilitating for them. The Tor story has gotten huge traction on Reddit. Oh yeah, the other story you had with Tor timed attacks. Let's talk about this. Then let's get into finding some new music. And by the way, I've removed some of the songs from my rotation because I'm trying to track down the ones that potentially may be questionable for copyright. Even though I own the rights to them, it's just copyright in the US is really broken. Let's just say that. Oh yeah, and let me charge my watch because I forgot to do that last night and I ended up walking around with a dead watch. I did update to iOS 18 and the new Apple Watch update because I want to try the sleep apnea functions. See if I got that. Some traditional Moroccan music? No. Although I should come down on my Julebia one day. Should do that. I should wear my keffiyeh. Most of y'all don't see it, but I wear a keffiyeh actually most of the time I'm outside of the house. You've probably seen it in my DEF CON content. I saw they came out with that, yeah. So, German authorities successfully de-anonymized Tor users with traffic analysis. Now, there are some buts to the story. The Dark Tangent, yes, the Dark Tangent. If you don't know who this guy is, he's the main guy behind DEF CON. Okay? Is it, I want to say it's Jeff Moss. Or is it Jonathan? I know him as the Dark Tangent, okay? Don't criticize me for not knowing what his legal first name is. Dungeon Fiddy, pretty cool game. I haven't tried it yet. I've been really, really stuck on Wukong. I'm like 30 some odd hours into it. I am loving that game. Okay. Anyway. We'll read the summary here. Recent report from Tagesschau has revealed a significant breach in Tor's anonymity. German authorities have successfully de-anonymized Tor users using a large-scale timing attack. What happened? Law enforcement agencies coerced major ISPs to monitor connections to specific Tor relays. Keep that in mind. Specific Tor relays. By analyzing the precise timing of data packets, they were able to link anonymous users to their real-world identities. While such traffic analyses have been theoretically known to pose a threat to Tor, this is AFAIK, the first confirmed usage of them being used successfully on a larger scale to de-anonymize users. Implications. While it's undoubtedly positive that this pigs will be brought to justice, the implications for the Tor network as a whole are concerning. The involvement of a major German ISP raises serious questions about the future of online anonymity and the tools we rely on to protect our privacy. They haven't found an English news source or independent confirmation for this news yet, but the German Tagesschau is highly reliable, yada yada yada. There's apparently been a statement from the Tor project themselves. Is Tor still safe to use? Okay, let's read through this. We're writing this blog post in response to an investigative news story looking into the de-anonymization of an Onion service used by a Tor user using an old version of the long-retired application Ricochet by way of a targeted law enforcement attack. Okay? They're using an old version that's been retired. Like many of you, we are still left with more questions than answers, but one thing is clear. Tor users can continue to use Tor browser to access the web securely and anonymously, and the Tor network is healthy. Please note that for the majority of users worldwide, that need to protect their privacy while browsing the internet, Tor is still the best solution for them. We encourage Tor browser users and relay operators to always keep software versions up to date. This is one of those reasons why. Arrest me for bullying kids on Roblox. I don't know, but you go to Saudi Arabia, they ain't gonna like your femboy collection, buddy. From the limited information the Tor project has, we believe that the one user of the long-retired application Ricochet was fully de-anonymized through a guard discovery attack. This was possible at the time because the user was using a version of the software that neither had Vanguard's Lite nor the Vanguard's add-on, which were introduced to protect users from this type of attack. This protection exists in Ricochet Refresh, a maintained fork of the long-retired Project Ricochet, since version 3.012, released in June of 2022. So they're a couple years behind on things. Posted a link of video. Yeah. So basically, they were using old software. Responsible disclosure. So this is one thing. Yeah, they go into the responsible disclosure. Basically, responsible disclosure was none of the information was responsibly disclosed to the Tor project so that we could actually figure it out. In contrast to the Chaos Computer Club, who was provided access to the documents related to the case and was able to analyze and validate the reporter's assumptions, we were only provided a vague outline and asked broad, clarifying questions that left us with uncertainty of the facts and questions of our own. While we appreciate the journalist contacting us, this same access was not given to the Tor project. Yeah. You need to do better about responsible disclosure on a lot of these things. And the introduction of Tor's Network Health API at DEF CON 32. Yeah, so overall, Tor is still secure, but update your software. Okay? And on that note, I gotta update my Cubes OS laptop. Yes, I brought the Cubes laptop. I forgot the security key for it. It's upstairs. Any thoughts on Wi-Fi 7? Do you know any OK routers, or can you let know in the future? The honest truth is, I don't see the need to upgrade for myself because I'm on Ubiquiti, Unify, AC. I want to say there's still like Wi-Fi 5. I don't see the need for a lot of people to jump to the latest Wi-Fi standards on things. If it works for you now, it's fine. There's no reason to jump ahead every time just because there's a new shiny toy. No reason to jump and do some more e-waste stuff. Where is my charger? I have 3 chargers on this table right now for 3 different computers. I got Wi-Fi 6 on this laptop. My router just has 2.4 though. If it works, it works. Ricochet is a decentralized chat app. Yeah, similar to Matrix. You could run Matrix on, what you call it? Okay, hold on. Is this plugged in? Let me make sure. Yeah, it's plugged in. We're gonna do some updates on this because I gotta do some things this week, but y'all can get some insights into the Cubes OS operating system. I will have a separate YouTube video talking about this whole laptop and everything later. I'm not sure this laptop is plugged in properly. We'll see. Thank you for the follow, MCT010. Is using Asus AC router and they stopped updates, so I kind of need to. Well, you can always see about open source firmware, like maybe there's something like DWRT or something like that you can throw it on. Planned obsolescence at its best. Yep. You can always see about maybe dropping an open source firmware on that. Okay, yeah, it is charging. The battery's just full, that's why the light's not on. Okay. Tinker console. Oh, hold on. I gotta enable the display. Give me a second. System setting. Display. Wait, why are you not showing a display? Hold up. I gotta make sure that the cable is plugged in. Give me 1 second. I wonder if I unplugged it when I was trying to fix something else. I can get rid of this, so I'm not doing the receipt printing anymore. It was a nice idea while it lasted. Let's clean some cables. Alright, got that. Wow, I got so much space now. Okay, so HDMI. Is it going to the capture card? It should be. It may just be a case of I have to make sure the monitor is connected at boot. Yeah, it's connected. Okay. Let's reboot. I know I got it working before I was at DEF CON. Okay, hold on. It's booting the screen. If this still doesn't work, then I'll walk you through just by showing you the screen. You know what helps? So, it's actually asking for a physical security key, just so you're aware. And I do have a privacy screen on this for obvious reasons. You know what helps is... Okay, so Live Gamer Duo 1. I may have to troubleshoot that later if it doesn't display. I didn't troubleshoot it beforehand. Because, well, I had other things going on. I'm buying a grave for it. Merlin WRT will stop issuing updates to as the maintainer for the underlying OS firm is done. That's a bummer. Merlin was actually pretty cool. But the honest truth is, might be time for you to look at better... The thing is, like, all off-the-shelf routers suck. They do. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They do. They just work. They may be okay. Maybe Synology has an okay solution. You know, that NAS company. Okay, it's still not working. 1 second. Dropping everything. Gonna unplug the keyboard so I don't accidentally do something. I'm gonna check the cable connections here. Welcome to the life of tech, where you're constantly troubleshooting shit. I have a feeling it's loose. Okay, so the cable was slightly loose, but I don't know if that was exactly the problem. Yes, it was. It was a couple millimeters out. Okay, 1 second. Give me 1 second to fix the display, and then I will switch over. I'm just doing the testing inside of okay, Avo, not 640 by 480, 1920 by 1080. Keep this configuration. Boo! We fixed it. Live on stream. I am a wizard. You're a wizard, Chief. Is NextDNS a better alternative to Pi-hole? If not, why? No. You're talking apples and oranges. NextDNS is a cloud-hosted thing, and even then, I'm going to prefer Quad 9. Pi-hole is locally hosted, and you can actually have more control over it. To be honest, I mean, yes, you can use NextDNS, but it's kind of one of those, like, I'd rather you go down the rabbit hole of running at least a Pi-hole than running your own lists. And then, if you want to do even better than that, get a PF sense box, do all your lists, and then you can also block things at the IP level, not just DNS level. I'll have YouTube videos covering all of that and more. Fritzbox is a pretty neat, I think, is an AIS solution. I've heard of Fritzbox before. Okay. So, this is Qubes OS. This is a reasonably secure operating system. I'm just going to give you the high level, because I'm going to get deeper into this on a other video. Everything here is containerized. They're in their own VM. I have my own virtual network over here. So, the idea being, everything's isolated to the point. We have sysnet, where the networking comes in, which then talks to sysfirewall, and then all the other devices connect through sysfirewall, including the VPN. Shit, I gotta update my subscription. I'll do that when I get off stream. I gotta pay for my new Molvad subscription. I haven't updated it since I went to DEF CON. I pay for a couple months at a time. Molvad's pretty nice for this kind of stuff. They actually have instructions to run this inside of Qubes OS. But as you can see, I have it running through LA, New York, and then I can actually run any VM through any single one, any which way I want. You can also have some without networking. The USB is in its own virtual machine. So when I plug in another device, like say one of my many YubiKeys here, yeah, we'll just grab one of these. You on YouTube and Twitch will see this, but I'm sorry, TikTok people won't. Oop. That was fun. Stuck it in the wrong port. See, this is one reason why I hate USB-C, is their size just enough to cause a short in a USB 2 port. If you have a good enough designed laptop and all that. AliExpress top ton 2.5G and now 10G routers are getting ridiculously cheap. Yeah, but I don't know if I would trust anything through AliExpress with that kind of stuff. It's booting, I'm just decrypting the disk. Oh, this is Qubes OS right now, but mainly I run Pop OS. Drone-based router modem switch solution. I think there was a name for that. Oh, that's the one, yeah. I've seen a lot of people in Europe use those. I was like, I know that sounds familiar. So I can finally port forward and use Pi-hole. Shut your Pi-hole. If you trust AliExpress, you should trust me with your CC info. Gimme. See, I don't mind AliExpress for certain things, like little knick-knack electronics and stuff like that. I do mind it for, yeah, stuff like that. Like, I don't know I would trust my networking gear running on that. Okay. So I'm going to show you this. Sorry, TikTok people. You won't be able to see because it's off the screen and TikTok only lets you get 1/3 of the screen. So if I plug in this YubiKey here, you're going to notice a screen pop up in the top right corner. All right? I plugged my YubiKey in. Now, for those of you that don't know, the YubiKey technically counts as a keyboard. It actually can auto-type a random string of keys that can be a really sophisticated password. Cubes does not allow any keyboard other than the keyboard it initially boots with to be used out of the box. Same with mice. So no rubber duckies here. It's denied. And it's thrown into its own VM. So in order to connect the VM, so like here, I can open the vault. I have Yubico Authenticator in here, all right? It's saying there's no key, even though it's tapped in. And this is my old YubiKey. Now I've connected it to the vault. Boom! You can see my old YubiKey, and I can interact with it just like any other. But I have to manually tell which VM to run it through. So I actually have everything here. So, oh, my Proton Pass, it's in its own VM. Oh, my Bitwarden, in its own VM. My emails for my CG3D stuff, own VM. Cryptocurrency, own VM. I can even have another one just with Tor. Matrix has its own VM. My personal stuff, own VM. My 2 Signal accounts for my personal phone and the phone I brought to DEF CON, they have their own VM. So that's what I like about Cubes, is everything's networked and it's a reasonably secure laptop. But why I needed to bring this on is I have updates to do, because I haven't turned this on since before DEF CON. So the way this works is off of templates. So if you notice, it doesn't have an update for every VM. I update the templates, and then the templates distribute the updates downstream. So that way, all I have to do is reboot the VM that's based off of. So in the case of Cubes Manager, you can see which these are all based off of. So if you look at the template, you can see which VM is using which. So in the case of, you know, I made my own Molvad template. And then see, there's a Molvad template. Now, Molvad template was actually cloned from the Debian template. So you can clone that, and you can, you know, fork each branch that you want for that. So the Unix stuff, it's like cryptocurrency. The base cryptocurrency using Debian 12. But then you have cryptocurrency Tor using the Unix workstation. Remember, I've talked about Unix before many times. But for security reasons, why would someone use this? Security, as well as Yitz uses it for dev environments, because let's say you're a developer. You now can have multiple dev environments and have that clean every time you start it up. So you can have an amnesiac VM or set it up just with the parameters that you need. So that way you can have a clean environment for you to build and test on every single time. The other thing that you can do with this is, let's say you have the multiple VMs. Well, Yitz, for example, he does the developing. He has to make sure his experience for somebody in India is the way they need it for India, and the US and UK and everything. So he can have multiple VPN routes and hook them in however he wants in these clean environments. So that's one of the main reasons why I would use it. And the cool thing is, we'll open up the untrusted VM. This is where I run all my untrusted things. Takes a second because it's in its own VM. Yeah. If you go to CubesOS, is it .org? Yeah, cubes-os.org. Look at the endorsements here. Let's Encrypt. Edward Snowden. Can Yitz make something for a scam center that rickrolls everyone scammed? He's not really much of a security guy, but you could OSINT the hell out of you. That's more because he's a marketing guy. Let's put it this way. We are yin and yang because I am the ethical person that doesn't want your data tracked and everything. He will... I think he's joking about this. But he's like, I will put a tracker on your car to get the most amount of telemetry out of you so I can see how to market to you better. He has a marketing background. But yeah, it's very useful, but I would not recommend this for any beginner to Linux. This is one of those things when you're comfortable. And I've broken this several times trying to, tinker and get it more secure and everything. See how you use Arch? Funny. But yeah. That's why I like CubesOS. I'm just doing some updates for it because I haven't updated it in a minute. And I needed to. I'm pretty sure I have to... You know what I'm curious about? The untrusted VM is just going to the default firewall. So if I go to, say, Molvad... Okay, let's change to Molvad. Okay, my subscription is still good. That's good. Although it's probably expiring in a few days, so I still got to take care of that. Here's what I just sent to my girlfriend. You make me hot and sweaty like a Catholic priest in an all-boys school. God damn. So CubesOS is doing its thing right now. It's going to be doing its thing for a minute, so we'll let that be. So one thing I've been doing, pause the music for a sec, is I'm planning to get some more music for my streams and everything. Oh yeah, I gotta reset Pipewire. That's the main reason why I wanted to do this stream, was, saw as soon as I saw the directory base name. I did that as a joke many months ago, and I was like, I'm keeping it. But yeah, so, what I'm gonna be doing is looking at music, because I want to get some more videos out for YouTube and everything, but I want to make sure that whatever music I put out there is able to pass copyright and everything. So I came across this while I was looking at it, looking for, you know, royalty-free music that doesn't have copyright issues. Not affiliated by any means. Just make this clear, very clear here. Not getting any money for this. I paid money for this. So there is like epidemic sounds a lot of creators talk about. It's okay. It's expensive. Because it was like, if you pay monthly, I think it's like $18 a month or something like that. It's pretty expensive. This is 6. And can do pretty much all the same things. They also had an AI playlist generator. Not AI music generator, an AI playlist generator. Which I think was, you know, pretty neat. So, 1 second, I wanted to check something. Good TCP joke. I guess my chats are coming through. Making sure, testing. Yep, my YouTube chats are still coming through on this. I love this Social Stream Ninja plugin that I've been playing with. Look at this. I'm still, like, blown away by this. I'm seeing all of your chats in one screen. She made a new collection in our chat stuff she wants. So, I'm just thinking, as Just Dev's girlfriend, first thing she wants, a guy that actually has less pictures of femboys and more pictures of me. Am I right? Am I wrong? I feel exposed. Pretty sure, like, your butt's pictures in your phone. Can you play Black Myth Wukong on Linux? Buddy. Go look at my past few Twitch streams. We have 38 hours of Black Myth on Linux. I have way more photos of her. Wait. Hold up. Plot twist. She's one of the femboys. Just to make this clear, we're not judging anybody around here. We're all inclusive and all welcoming. But when it comes to my friends, I am an equal opportunity hater. We do not discriminate here. We hate everyone equally. What's what shield icon? What? No, seriously, what are you talking about? The blue and white one? Oh, Bitwarden. I use a few password managers. We got Bitwarden, we got Proton Pass, and then Jump Cloud is hidden around here somewhere. I've talked about this in my password management videos. So anyway, without further ado, like, they have some good songs in here. So they actually have, like, an entire library based on, like, vibes and stuff, and some of it's pretty good, but they had a whole educational track in here. You have, like, inspirational vibes. Let's see what they got here. So, I mean, some of this music's not too bad for, like, think of this as, like, background music for my videos. But I don't know if I want to, like, this, I don't know if this fits with my vibe, though. I like it, don't get me wrong, but it's, like, not my vibe. Feels church-like. Maybe that's why I don't like it. Because, you know, crucify my people. So, oh, cool tech and gadgets. Let's check this out. Ooh, This isn't bad. Hey, I'll praise Allah. It's the same God, bro. This one's not too bad. See, like with me, I like more of a hip-hop vibe, and some of these are just kind of like too... I don't know. This one's not too bad. Let's see what gets over to here. So, like, I can think of, like, this song when we're doing a teardown and maybe, like, I'm speeding up. Do you need this pill today? Switch to us. Lists 50 different side effects that are worse than the actual disease that you're treating. Sounds like the intro to a Minecraft video game. Does it? I don't really play Minecraft. So the ones with the star are apparently the premium tracks. Now, I've paid for the premium version of this because there are already a few songs that I found. A little too... not enough. See, I'm not really feeling these vibes. So, like, let me show you some of the ones I found before, okay? Wait, what are you looking after? I'm looking for music to, add to my song, my, streams and, YouTube videos. Now, the cool feature that they had in here was they actually have, like, a playlist generator. I can do, like, 200 a month. Appreciate the love. Is it worth upgrading a bamboo from the gender? Well, wait. There's a joke in this somewhere. You want to upgrade your bamboo printer from the gender? These are already in my playlist, so, like, here's what's really cool. Let's get a vibe, okay? Scene, tech review on Linux, alright? We're gonna have it generate a playlist. This is apparently ChatGPT powered. This was one of the features that I was like, okay, this is actually worthwhile, because it can save me some time. Ender 3. So it even tells you, like, a suitability score. Let's see how this goes, because it's got, like, a little intro here. It's alright. Not a bad intro. Yeah, Ender 3 takes a lot more tinkering. Bamboo is more of a plug-and-play kind of printer. Unfortunately, you don't really get much better in terms of the plug-and-play capability for 3D printers right now. I have a Prusa myself. I have the Mark III. I want to get a Mark IVS. I want to do the upgrades for it, but I gotta do the maintenance on my current ones, and I also haven't done 3D printing in a while. There's a lot of things going in my place. You can tell you're genuinely passionate and naturally good teacher. Appreciate that compliment. That means a lot. I think he has a server in his basement. Definitely passionate. So I do have kind of a server. One sec. This is actually a good song. Let me add this before I forget. We're gonna definitely, like, I think that's more of an in the groove kind of thing. like, say, I can see where, like, I'm running through something, not talking, but when I learn to speed up videos, that's where it's going to be kind of good to go through. So, hold up. Let's pull... When you let out a fart but unleash the Hershey Highway. God damn. So, for those of you not aware, I do have a YouTube channel. And, I talk all sorts of different technology. We're actually streaming on the YouTube side of things. And Twitch. Ooh. You'll get a better look, probably. But build your own lab. So, this is my rack. So, yeah, you can see my rack over here. That's my home network lab. Probably have a better picture or video with it from the earlier one. Yep, the home network lab here. So that's my little home network rack over here. Can you see it on Twitch? Yeah, you can see that. You can see enough. Do I know of any good portable monitors? Yes. There is a company that actually sent me a couple a while ago. I'm trying to remember. Was it Lapao? Yes. Lapao. They actually have some good portable monitors, like all sorts of different ones. Dual ones, things you can attach, a whole assortment of things. Definitely check them out. Not affiliated with them, just saying they're good. They've sent me them. Yeah, so this is my home network rack. There's a 1500 watt power supply underneath the bottom. And then there is my little PDU, power distribution unit, so I can get more plugs. My NAS in there. There's 8 terabytes of space. I eventually want to reconfigure that. That's my firewall right now. I eventually want to replace with a pfSense 8100 and rack mount it so I can reclaim that server. That's the old 4G modem. I've replaced that with a 5G. That's my non-PoE switch for my gigabit Ethernet. That's my PoE switch, and those are my patch panels to run things throughout the house. Cable modem, Unify, what do you call it? The controller. But yeah. So let's go back to the music. Tech review. Let's try a hip hop. You got a busty rack. Yeah, I know. There we go. 80%. Not too bad. Okay, this is like a trap type, apparently. A little bit dark, and all these tags. I can fuck with this. We're checking out music for me to add to my upcoming videos and everything with this new service I've checked out. This is upbeat.io. I'll drop it in the chat for y'all. Yeah, I can fuck with this beat. I wish Ableton would support Linux already. So there is a project. Hold up. There's a few mixers I saw. People are actually working on these projects. Like this is LMMS. So hold on. Let's go to the home folder. No, downloads. I'm gonna put this in my opt folder. Okay, now I can show you how I do this. So how I organize my things is in the Linux way of doing things. We normally do it in the opt folder. So opt can be in 2 places. So you can do it either at the root in a /opt, and that's system-wide. But I like to do certain apps just in a local. So I do it in the home, and then I have a folder there. So we'll call this LMMS. Now, the only thing you have to do to make this run, this app image, think of this like the Mac. The Mac has the DMG file. You just have to allow executing. Oh, yeah. We'll just do this. Sync VST plugins, all that. I can edit this later. And there you go. You got at least the workings of a DAW, a digital audio workstation. Right there, few clicks, open source. You want to do editing your video on Linux? I'll show you what I do. Kdenlive. That's what I use for my editing. And it's actually very capable. So I'll open up one of my recent projects. Don't just drop everything. Bitwig, I haven't played with that one yet. But as you can see, I did my video in here. And my subtitles were actually generated using AI. 1 second. No, you didn't crash. I killed you. Hold on. I want to save this because I could mess with this one too. Okay, so I can edit all my videos, and here, I'll show you something cool. It's got a lot of the audio processing and stuff that y'all would want. So we have music in here that I EQ'd, and I actually made my own custom effect to auto EQ it to the way I want. So I have it dropping everything. So let's see, hold on. Let me mute this for a sec so you can see. I'll get to a louder section. So you can have music playing with that. You can't really hear that because it's turned down all the way. We'll mix that for a sec. So I have it EQ'd. That's how it sounds without the EQ. And this is how I EQ'd it to go with my voice before I drop the volume down. Yeah, this is Kdenlive. KDE and Live. Do you strictly only use Linux? For the most part, there's a Windows 10 Enterprise box doing this streaming. That's only because there's a few things that still mostly favor Windows that I'm working with. Like my Stream Decks, my Streamlight, my OBS bot camera. They're getting a little bit better with supporting all. I mean, the camera works, but not with the remote and stuff like that I use. I try to do everything I can with Linux. So the other nice thing was, let me drop that sound for a sec. Link below. So it actually is a really nice noise suppressor. So there's a bunch of fan noise around my rack and everything because these fans are whiny and there's a HEPA filter down there. So we'll get more into a lot of the stuff that's over here in another. Look how nice that sounds. The 5G internet update that and this is all open source. I didn't pay anything for any of the software. Now, for a lot of people that are like, well, I still need to do a little bit better. I need DaVinci. I got you. DaVinci works on Linux. More and more things are working on Linux. The only thing I had to do to get this working on Pop! OS was I had to run a script that someone else had made to make it work better on Debian types, because out the box, they want you to use CentOS or Rocky Linux. It can install without those, but bam. Yeah, I know there's an update. Now, I don't use it because the transcoding is built into this, and then what I do for my transcoding when I grab videos from my phone, the Samsung S23, I use Handbrake, which a lot of these are available for Mac, Windows, and Linux. So if I transcode a thing, I literally grab the video I need, and then I have my presets here. So I can actually use the NVENC and everything. Eventually, I'm going to be switching to AV1 when I can get the money for NVIDIA 4000 series and such. Use Clipchamp. I know you do. We'll get you some better stuff eventually. But yeah, you can start doing a lot of creative stuff with Linux. That's how I make my videos and everything. And I honestly only started making videos for YouTube a month ago. I'm learning how to edit better and better. And this is how I work is I do, ooh. I like this going out the gate. Once you get the raw footage, well, I'm planning once I actually start getting my YouTube monetized. I like that drop. Once I get my YouTube monetized, the plan is I'm going to open up my Office 365 tenant to you so we can start sending files over OneDrive, and then I'm going to have the identity and access management stuff handed to you. Yeah, we can... But you see, this is some really great music. This has just got everything going on. Yeah, this is totally a yes. This is definitely in the yes column for my future videos. Hell, I'm probably gonna like start using this for when I stream on Twitch, TikTok, and YouTube. I'm about 6 months out of my associates in cyber. What entry-level job should I look for? It really depends on what you want to get into. I'd say try a little bit of everything if you can. There's many different fields to get into. There's GRC, governance, risk, and compliance. There's identity and access management. There's operations. I'd say if you're brand new, you're not going to be able to get into engineering. Engineering usually wants prior experience with networking and stuff like that. So entry level, ops, IAM, GRC. You can maybe do like junior engineer roles if they got them. Networking is a huge one I recommend a lot of people check out. Everyone in cybersecurity should at least learn a little bit of networking here and there, but MSP is a really good course for you to try if you want to get a lot of different hats on, try a little bit of everything. That's how I started my career. Managed service provider, you basically are just wearing so many different hats to do a lot of things. Not everyone can handle it. It's not like I would say something made for a lot of people to have a full career in. You can make a full career out of it, but you're doing a lot. Yeah, anytime. And make sure if you want, drop by the Discord and stuff. You got tons of people hanging out in the Discord and the Matrix server that all like want to learn and succeed. So yeah, operations the best start if you can, as it gets you into a bit of everything as well. Yeah, but operations will grind you down because of those call rotations, at least where I work. But this is definitely a good song. Are you in Twitch too? Yeah, I'm simulcasting to Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok all off of my single OBS. So, yeah, I have the OBS doing Twitch, TikTok, and YouTube. But yeah. Why I don't do operations stuff. It's good to start with, but that on-call cycle will kill you. I like the pan on this. How much RAM does that eat? Well, it's using Windows, so Windows has got to be using more. Let's see. I'm currently using 30.2 gigabytes of RAM But then again, I have Firefox, Brave, and Chrome open too. Plus the social stream over there. And it's running a 5700X that's using 50% of the CPU. On an NVIDIA 3050. The NVIDIA is probably doing most of the cranking, to be honest. Yeah, the NVIDIA is under 73% utilization right now. The NVIDIA 3050. Do you know if you can get into reverse engineering or only after a while in normal security? Reverse engineering, yeah, it's kind of a little bit more, but that's more of a red teaming, well, kind of red and purple. You know, the AI does pretty good with this. I like the little trumpet in here. Gets you waking up. Looking to go down the self-taught route, what qualification should I start with? If you're doing self-taught, home lab. The one thing I always recommend, and I'm going to get more into this on some YouTube videos, the pfSense manual. Go to docs.netgeek.com. They have the pfSense manual. This will teach you a whole lot of stuff. This is how I learned to do a lot of my home labbing. Of course, it wasn't as fleshed out as it is now. The great thing about the pfSense manual is it reads like a textbook. Right here, beginning section, networking concepts. So, understanding public and private IP addresses, IP subnetting concepts, IP address subnets and gateway configuration, understanding CIDR subnet and net mask notation, CIDR summarization, broadcast domains, IPv6. That's just the networking concepts. And it goes through all of these different sections here like it's a textbook. It helps you walk through it, not just to understand the basic concepts, to understand how to configure your firewall, but the underlying principle with it. Certificate management. All of these concepts are going to be used in networking. So know these things. Now, in terms of maximizing hireability, that has more to do with how you're going to package your resume, to be honest. Because here's the thing. A lot of people will say, oh, you need to have, these certs and these degrees. I got into this career, and I've been in many years, and I just got my first, I just passed my first certification last month, the CISSP. I've had no certs. I've had no degrees to my name for this stuff. Well, technically, I had the ITT degree, but ITT is bullshit, as everyone will tell you. We all know the story about that, about how they defrauded the U.S. government. So, that's what I would recommend doing if you want to tinker. If you want to learn, home lab, networking. Networking is going to be a huge part of cybersecurity. I don't care in what aspect you're looking at it. You even go into application development, you're still going to have to know how to interface with the network inside of AWS and such. Which certificate? Which certificate did I get? I got the CISSP, Certified Information Security Systems Professional. You need 5 years of field experience before you can get the CISSP. You can get the Associate of CISSP, 4 years if you have a 4-year degree. But you still need experience to get the full cert. Learning Star Interview Framework and those things get you into the door easier. But yeah, you can go far with home labbing and stuff, but here's the thing I'm going to tell you. Just work on my own projects as a portfolio. Add those notes into it. If you do some coding, make a GitHub. Make your code public. What I would do with the tech and all that you did, I used to have a blog years ago. I put all of my tinkerings and stuff into. Get like a basic WordPress blog. You can get the free ones out there. By the way, this song, I can totally F with this. This really made a banger playlist right now. This is what, Rooftop House? Make a WordPress blog. Write out all the things you've been tinkering and building. Keep a note of everything. that you've been doing. And then when you actually go to make your resume, attach that in there. Have a cover letter that actually talks about how you've applied all your skills. Now, here's the hard part that I'm going to tell you. You're going to spend 2 to 3 years of doing bitch work. I'm going to be honest. You're going to be doing help desk. You're going to be doing the low of the low in terms of, you know, just basic IT jobs that are going to pay bottom of the barrel in terms of cyber and IT. Like when I started out, I was getting like maybe 36K, 40 with bonuses. When I left that MSP job, I was making 50. Now I'm making a lot more than that. I'm making, breaking into the 6 figures. But that's after several years of grinding and doing home labbing. But look at it this way. I have almost no student loan debt. The student loan debt I have is from my years of studying as an electrician, which those electrician skills I still use in my networking, because grounding and understanding a lot of that with running your cables perpendicular, not in parallel, all of that still comes into play today. So I have like almost 9K, I think, or so in student loans. It's been deferred and all that, you know how it is. I haven't really gone down the BS cert route. I've not done boot camps. I've done all self-started learning, and a lot of it came down through just curiosity, learning, and when I would tinker, I would just futz around with PF Sense and see, like, how can I do this? And then I'd, like, think about, like, how can I make a dashboard for this? How can I get this to interface? How would I, if I were in a business, what would I do to open my doors? And the MSP job gave me a lot of opportunity to open myself up into thinking in different ways and applying those concepts. Should I get an internship while at college? Abso-freaking-lutely. Absolutely. Get as much experience as as you can right now. Get all that experience possible. Experience is what's going to matter more for you to get a job than any piece of paper you will get. Because there's a difference between learning in the classroom and learning on the job and in the field. I could totally F with this song too. God, this made a good playlist. I cannot give enough upvotes to Upbeat. What times do you stream? So normally, this is my off day for streaming, because I was like, I need to grab some music because I want to start making content and everything, and I don't know necessarily if I'll be able to stream tomorrow. Normally, I do Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays around 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I always announce when I'm live on Discord and Mastodon. I am working on a integration to get Blue Sky up, but Blue Sky is like Twitter. It doesn't announce it in a timely manner. So you can always check the Mastodon, check the Discord. You can go to the Discord. I got it set up that you can actually get the role here, so you can get notified whenever there's a live stream on Twitch, TikTok, or YouTube. And I'm on TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube, and now what it's doing, if I remember, yeah, YouTube is now, since I'm live streaming to YouTube, it'll announce there, so yeah. I studied electrical engineering and ended up in IT. Bro, I started in IT because I'm a second-gen nerd. My dad actually did the coding for Hubble Space Telescope and stuff like that, back when he was in the Air Force. And then, I didn't know if I wanted to follow my dad's shoes. You know how every kid doesn't want to do the same thing as their parents. Then I went back into tech after I went down the electrician route, because after doing that for a few weeks, I'm like, you know what I miss? Air conditioning. I'm glad that you like it, iDeck. You should definitely join. We have a good time. And then we do gaming on Linux as well very often. So, like, right now we're just doing some chilling, finding music and everything like that. How we feeling this one, fam? For music on the YouTubes. I think it's a yes. Yeah, this actually made a pretty nice banger list. Yeah, I watched some of the Wukong stream the other day. Great game. Oh, it's an amazing game. The only thing I can't decide is after I finish Wukong, do I want to do Space Marines 2 or pick up Elden Ring? I've never played Elden Ring. Decisions. But then again, I still got to do like Cyberpunk. I still haven't beat that game. If you intern, always pick the minds of the senior techs. Oh yeah, digital's totally right there. Always pick the minds of the seniors. And the one hint of advice I would give anyone, when you start your career, don't think that you know everything. Here's one thing that I always find that happens. And I was guilty of this. I'm just gonna put this out there. I was guilty of this too. There's a phenomenon known as the Dunning-Kruger effect. So if you're not familiar with what this is, it's basically... So your intro to Linux clips, not bad. You should go more into the package managers like RPM, Deb, tar. Eventually I'll do that. That's other content. That was just a high level for the beginners because I had a lot of people on TikTok keep asking me what distributions do I recommend for beginners, and the reason why I'm shifting more into YouTube is there's a few points. So one, TikTok does not distribute my content to the people that I want it to go out to. I'm not saying like they're not getting it. I'm saying not enough of my own audience is getting it. The people are saying, I thought you stopped posting. Two, the pay is absolutely atrocious. And I want to use that money to fund the home lab so I can do better education materials for y'all. I'm not trying to make this into a new job, but I do need money to supplement the home lab because home labbing and tinkering and all the stuff I do, it ain't a cheap hobby. Hold on, let me get that. I'm feeling this one too. Okay. The other thing was, let's see, the payout was atrocious. The other issue that I had was the searchability for my content was horrible. What I mean by that is there's a lot of people that want to see my content, and there's a very hard way for you to actually store and search for that content. So you can't really make proper playlists and all that for yourself. So the problem with that is I want my content to be there to educate a lot of people out there so that you can learn from my content. And if you can't make playlists for yourself easily to do that, then it's of no use for you to use it and share it with your friends and stuff like that so you can all gain from it. So that's where TikTok's kind of weak on there and why I'm doing more YouTube stuff. The other issue that I had is it is very hard to pay attention on TikTok longer form videos. The attention span on TikTok is very low. I see it. If I pull up my TikTok analytics and my YouTube analytics, the average YouTuber will at least stay in for the video about 3, 4, 5 minutes. There's a good retention of about 30% or so people stay to the end of the video. Some are up to 40%. TikTok, I see a sharp drop after 40 seconds. I can't get the educational content I want out there. And then I have a constant problem where people are like, well, what about this? What about that? What about that? And I'm like, I can tell you did not watch the full video before you commented because I talked about that in the video. So it's a big problem. This is a nice song too. I like the scratches. I wanted to do a channel geared to IT techs and using PowerShell for everyday use. Oh, that's the other thing. TikTok hammers your video hard if you show any code. I remember when Crypto the Llama and I kept getting banned because we would show terminal and do a few CLI commands. And they would classify it as illegal and unregulated goods. So, TikTok is really a no-go for proper educational materials for cybersecurity and IT. There's just so many reasons why. Now, let me be clear. I'm very grateful for the audience that I've grown over the years. But there's also the other looming issue is that TikTok may possibly be getting banned. Not saying it's, definite, but it's in the courts right now. There is the slim chance that TikTok will get banned. And if so, I need to find alternatives. I like this song. This is definitely going in some content coming up. Ooh. So let's talk about Dunning-Kruger effect. This is one problem that I see a lot of people new to the field have. And it doesn't matter if you're in cybersecurity or anything like that. This is a great image right here. This is what I like to, tell people all the time. So basically, when you start out in your career, you have this extreme confidence over here. Now, remember, I was guilty of this too, okay? You don't know what you don't know. The problem is, many people don't know what they don't know. So, yeah, adding this. Gotta like some of these songs. Yeah, so far this has been a banger playlist. Alright, so you eventually get to what I like to call the peak of Mount Stupid. That's the where you start with Dunning-Kruger. Then what happens is you eventually have reality set in as you start learning more and more, and you start really learning what you don't know. This is what happens to a lot of people who just leave college or just start the career. They think they know a lot more than they actually do. Now here's the important part. When you get to expert, as you start growing that, your confidence is never going to be as high as it was when you're on the peak of Mount Stupid. Because you're always going to be thinking around the corner, what other issues can be happening? Dunning-Kruger is definitely a requirement for HR. I can definitely F with this. This entire playlist has been a good banger. Now, I do still have a few songs that I think aren't going to really have too many copyright issues in my repertoire. Let me show you one of my favorite ones. Let me see if I can play this. Hold on, where is it? There we go. Had to close VLC. I love this because it's a remix of a Wu-Tang song. And I just happened to stumble across the exclusive for this. You probably heard this all the time when you're on my Twitch. That's one of my favorite songs in my collection. But that's mine. Ooh. Any onerous attacks all attempted on PowerShell. I do Python. I like Python a little bit more because it's cross-platform. A bit on fork bombs. Yeah. been a while since I've seen a good fork bomb. You know what's also been fun is when I teach people zip bombs. Although, you know what's really funny? I had a script kiddie in my stream one day, and Cloudflare was having an issue with their workers scaling up for rendering things. So he thought like he was the shit because he did a DDoS, and my workers were not working for Cloudflare, and my link tree went down. And I was just not giving him the attention or the time of day. And I was like, buddy, you're not going to impress me with a DDoS. That's more just annoying, and anyone can do a DDoS. Doesn't take much skill for that. When you use Python at work is because there's users' machines with it blocked by GPO. Yeah. I do, I have been creating Python scripts for the cyber team, as well as, I've made, terraforms for, Lambda functions. Couldn't remember what they were called for a second. I taught myself how to make a step function in a Lambda that, went through CrowdStrike, saw all the devices that were last seen 30 days or more, would dump them into an Excel spreadsheet, then, well, CSV, and then we'd go off that CSV and then contain all of them out of CrowdStrike, remove them out of Tenable, and then, take all those analytics along the way, pump it into Datadog so we knew how many were being removed, and then would take all those devices and everything, create a Jira ticket for ops, so they would have a list daily of what devices were contained. That was a fun little learning project. And I did it all in Python. Let's finish this playlist, and let's check out the gaming playlist they had. This was a banger of a, ChatGPT, list that they made. I think FireEye does that for a few hundred K. Yeah, a few hundred K! I'm running it in a Lambda function that costs our company only $10 a month. No. That's my, own integration that I was doing for my own home lab. It costs them 50 cents a month. This Boss Now guy is, got some bangers. You got a whole lot of bangers. Yeah, I could definitely use all these songs in different videos. We've been trying to convince the job that I work at to buy Torq, T-O-R-Q, that automation platform, but too expensive. They won't jump for it, which is a bummer because we do need a proper automation platform. The security architect I was working with and loved it. I loved it. I was like, this can simplify a lot of my work. But nah. Although I think, who is it? Kryptonite, I think, is playing with that at his work. He got Torq. Lucky bastard. By the way, when I talk, is it dropping down the music enough so that you can hear my voice, or do I drop the music down a little bit more? So apparently this is 90s. Ooh. This has got a real 90s feel to it. I like it. You get in the funk category. It's loud when you're not talking. Okay, let me drop that for a sec. At least my audio engineering skills are a lot better. I feel like MC Hammer could jump out and dance to this. But yeah, all this is for upbeat, which I think is really great for creators. I think it's a lot more cost effective and overall friendly than Epidemic Sounds. I'm glad I found this, because Epidemic Sounds was going to cost me like $120 for the entire year, and they kind of push you into the entire year. Like, let me show you what I mean. So if you go to Epidemic Sound, ooh. This has got some beatboxing in it too, and it's kind of nice. This is definitely in the groove. Alright, so let me show you what I'm talking about. Epidemic Sounds, pull it up, pricing. And then what I'm going to do is pull up upbeat.io/pricing. Okay. So Epidemic Sound, $10 a month if you pay yearly. You pay monthly, it's $18 a month. You're starting out as creator, that's already expensive little chunk. The commercial plan is $50 a month. Let's go into... Oh, I do like that it circles around. Let's get the music. So they actually had some good gaming playlists. So they have like different themed ones. So like, what do they have in the Minecraft section? Epidemic, I mean, they're okay. But it was kind of hard to find the songs that I really like to match my vibe. Okay, but see how expensive this is. $10 a month if you pay yearly. So you have to drop $120 a month for the year. But if you pay monthly, it's almost double. Now, Upbeat has a free plan where you can download 3 songs per month. So you can at least start out and try it. The premium plan, even if you don't pay yearly, $7. Their business plan is $19. You do yearly, it's like $5.60. It's like half the cost. So definitely have to say that this is a better choice. And they got like a Minecraft little theme song here. Yeah, I'd rather get the royalty free. Now, Epidemic is still royalty free. Now, they both work in the same way that should you decide you want to cancel your service with Upbeat or Epidemic, any of your videos that already were recorded and cleared by Epidemic or Upbeat can stay up. You just can't make any new things with the songs you pulled from them. So they're good in that right. These are kind of nice for Minecraft. Let's see what they got in the GTA theme. Got that little Tupac piano going. Guide viewers through the streets of Los Santos with a mixtape of old school hip hop, aughts-styled bop bangers, and classic 80s sounds. Oh, this is a large playlist. Look how large this is. Just keeps going and going and going. Like, you could do a whole stream just doing this. They got Legend of Zelda ones, Rocket League. I want to see what they got for Rocket League. I haven't played Rocket League in a minute, but I got it. See? I got it. I want to see what this is, because it said hackers. It's got like a cyberpunk kind of feel. They got World of Warcraft, they got Valorant kind of themed ones. EA Football Club. I'm curious what they have for the Fallout theme, because I do want to get back to Fallout. Oh yeah, it does sound like the old piracy trailers. You wouldn't download a car! Actually, I got a 3D printer, and yes, I would. This sounds like a Disney movie right here, or a Pixar movie opening up. It's not bad. Yeah, I could do like Fallout with this. Totally. They got Cyberpunk. Gothic Combat. Let's see what they got in the sci-fi. Oh yeah, I could totally. This would be like a great little hacking one. Yeah, they got a really great collection of music around here. Like, the most I've said is like, I think some of these I just don't think fit my vibe for some of these, but they're like good songs in their own right. Whereas Epidemic Sounds, I kept feeling like, no, 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 no. So what do we have in the Cyberpunk? Oh, see? There's hackers. Overclock. What's overclock do? Okay, slow opening. It's got a slow opening. Like, woo! This gives me, like, the vibe of, like, slowly coasting through a futuristic city. I could totally mess with this. I feel like this could be a, in the groove kind of thing. Actually, it could be chill, but it could also be in the groove. So what I'm classifying in the groove as is like when I start doing soldering and tinkering projects, because eventually what I want to do is I have this little camera over here, holder. I want to put my phone down to like record things, but eventually I may take the, arm off and then just get another arm for like an OBS bot camera and have a top-down view so I can like show my tinkerings and stuff. My Fedora update didn't update. Or my Fedora template didn't update. By the way, chat. What do y'all think of my slippers? Hold on. Sammy the Shark from DigitalOcean. Now this Dark City one is definitely a kind of banger. Like I said, like most of these songs, I haven't had one that I'm like not liking. I wonder how big this playlist is. Oh, this Cyberpunk playlist is good. I could just roll through this on a stream. Yeah, I could totally F with this. Yeah, I think we got a good collection of songs now to at least start with. Because I want to see. Tech Hop is pretty much one of the most that I went through. Yeah, I think we got a nice little start for the music that we're going to be messing around with. Did my YouTube's not come through? Yep. Oh, 1012 Zach. She got the YouTube stream going. Yeah, but not the YouTube chats, apparently. When did that come through? Interesting. The chat didn't come through here. Do I have to give it focus or something? Interesting. I'm gonna have to troubleshoot some more for the, Oh, this is like a nice little Western kind of like vibe. Mixed with tech, I like it. Oh yeah, I could totally mess with this. But I think we got a good amount of, music. Oh. Two cubes failed to update. Interesting. So why is the Fedora not updating? See, these haven't updated since like August. There's gotta be updates for this. No updates found? That's weird. But yeah, I think we got some good songs for my upcoming YouTube videos and stuff that I'm going to be working on. I also think I may have to redo my Cubes laptop just to force the updates and stuff. It is what it is. Hold on. I think if I go into Cubes global config, I wonder if it's because everybody know we gonna do it like this. Update proxy. Oh, it's going through the net. There's a rock star. Ooh, dramatic. But oh. Yeah. What's up, Wild Pants? But yeah, I think we got some songs and everything like that we'll be using for my upcoming videos. I'm really liking this upbeat thing. Half the cost of Epidemic Sound, lots of choices, the AI playlist builder, Not affiliated with them. I spent money on this. This is an honest review. So far, I'd have to say it's overall really great. I'm looking forward to making some more YouTube content in the near future. I wanted to at least get through that little stumble. You have a custom loop in the PC? No. That's neon. Neon. I didn't do liquid cooling because, that'd be too much of a pain in the ass for maintenance and everything. So, yeah, I did neon. But then it's one of those things that's so freaking bright, I kind of regret putting it in, but I did it. But yeah, neon. Yeah. Just zoom in forever on the neon. No, but I had the custom case, I had the case customized. I had a local glass artist do it before he went out of business. So there's neon on there. Glass appliques with my logo on it. And then there's matte appliques on the other side. Great. I love it. When I, eventually upgrade the computer, I'm keeping this case and just cleaning it. Because there's a 10,000 volt transformer in the back. And no, it does not affect the computer's stability whatsoever, having 10,000 volt transformer. Because it's so far away. We tested it. Yeah, it looks great. I like the aesthetic. I wanted to go with, cold cathode tubes originally. But I found out they don't sell them anymore. So I had to go with this LED thing. And then I just monotoned it. So there's actually a, couple of LED strips there from Cable Mod. So I can actually, you know, hold on. I think the battery died on the remote because I haven't touched it in a minute. But there's a remote to control the lights for it. I just set it to a monotone color. And then put the LED in there. I mean, not the LED, the neon in there. But that's what I did. That's my Linux workstation. That's how I do all my gaming, all my video editing. This does all of that work. The Meshify 2XL case is great, but it was a lot bigger than I had anticipated. And, I needed to put something in there. I have the Meshify 2 over here. That's the 2XL. The 2XL is, like, big enough that you need to put something in the front, like liquid cooling or stuff like that. But, yeah, I enjoyed it. It was a fun little build. But with all that said, thank you all for joining me on this little surprise stream, because normally I stream on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, around 7:30 p.m. Make sure, if you haven't already, check out all my socials, and check out, my, Discord and everything like that. Sending the, command to do it on the, yeah, so we're on TikTok, we got Mastodon, we got YouTube, we got PixelFed, we got Blue Sky, we got Threads, there's also a merch store, and, of course, Discord and Matrix. So, join me all over on there. I love y'all. Happy hacking. And I will see you probably tomorrow evening. Provided there's nothing that goes wrong. If I don't do stream tomorrow, I will put it up on Twitch. I got some trainings and everything I gotta go to. But I will see y'all next time. If not tomorrow, Sunday. Oh yeah, and don't forget, movie night in the Discord, Saturday. We're watching Blade, the 1990s classic that started the whole superhero trend. Yeah. Last week, what did we watch last week? I forget what we watched. Don't think it was Space. No, it was Galaxy Quest last week. But yeah, Come join the Discord. We have movie night this weekend. Love y'all. Happy hacking. See you next time.